Hi, my name is Diego and I am an instructor here at the Hit Music Studio. And in this video, I would like to cover 5 myths about learning how to play piano at the beginning that make absolutely no sense to me. So I've been teaching for 18 years now, and for me, it's very important to try to give you some information so you don't get stuck on any of these 5 things that I see sometimes as obstacles for people that are trying to learn how to play piano. Number 1, age. We have some people that are like, can I learn as an adult? Do I need to be in first grade, second grade, 10 years old? Like, that makes no sense to me. Now, what's important is your ability to follow directions and to be open to have someone else give you the lead of like, okay, this is what you're going to be trying to do for the next month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it is. Sometimes when people are adults, they buy a book or they pay lessons, but then they start to want to absolutely control what their program is going to be. No, I don't want to do this. I don't like this song. I don't want to do scales. I don't want to do that. And it just gets very complicated to help them because as if someone starts to go to the gym and hires a personal trainer, I'm sure there's like things that as a personal trainer, you have to like, okay, let me make this person go through a process so they don't injure themselves, so they can get like almost, let's say, in shape in an orderly way. The same thing happens in music. I think you want to go through steps. And sometimes I see adults that are very resistant to almost giving in the reins and allowing someone else to be like, okay, this is what we're doing. This is going to be 8 weeks and we're going to do this and this and this and this. And sometimes people want to bypass steps and it doesn't really work. Number 2, you need 88 keys to be able to start learning how to play piano. Absolutely false. Now, not only that, and this is probably not a very popular opinion, no one needs 88 keys. Majority of people, 99% of people don't need 88 keys. When you look at music, music is played in a way that a lot of the songs that are low don't really play the top part of the piano. And a lot of the songs that are very high, and I'll show you in a second, don't play the bottom of the piano. So if you have a keyboard that can transpose, so that means that if I play 5 notes, I can press a button here on the left side of my keyboard and get those notes to kind of like shift octaves. Now, if you have a keyboard that can do that, then you have access to all 88 keys in 61. And you can almost like what you're doing is like you're shifting the piano to the left or to the right. When you do that, you have access to learn a lot of material. I would say I don't think I have ever in my whole career played a piece that had the top note of the piano and the bottom note of the piano in the same piece. Not only that, I think most of the time I don't ever play the top probably like 12 notes of a piano. I have a piano at home, a grand piano, and those are full of dust because they never get played. Like that, my hands don't really like go there that often. Now, if you are a classical player, that may be a little bit different. If you are a concert pianist, that may be a little bit different. But if you're one of those and you're watching this video, you're probably like in the wrong place. But if you want to learn pop or you want to learn how to play jazz, I think 61 keys are more than enough. Now, let me say, a lot of people say, oh, you need weighted keys. I also disagree with the fact that you need a weighted keys. I don't think you need weighted keys for the first probably year to 2 years of your development, even if you're an adult. It's nice to have them, but sometimes people develop really bad habits of weighted keys. They start pushing with their elbows because, like, let's say when they're young, they can't get enough force to hear the notes. And that's a terrible habit to have. So 61 keys. Spend $200 on a keyboard, get any brand that you want. I like Yamaha or Casio, and you're going to be more than set to be able to get started. Later on, you want to upgrade, that's fine. You're probably going to play the first, I don't know, let's say 40 to 50 keys for a long time. And those are the one in the middle of the piano. Another reason why I don't think you need 88. So, myth number 3. You need to learn how to read music. So many people go like, I hate reading music. I don't understand it. It's confusing, and I don't want to do it. And that's why I'm not going to learn how to play piano. Music notation is not friendly, and it's not. I don't think it was ever designed to be user-friendly. It's very accurate and allows musicians to have a very detailed, almost like description of what you're trying to do. But nowadays with video, I think you can definitely get started on video with not only like be able to hear something, but to be able to see a shot like this in which you can see what finger I'm playing. and I can almost like explain not only the fingers, you can see my hand and you can also hear what I'm doing. Now, one thing that I like to say is if when you get a little bit more advanced, like if I play something slow and I do something like, you can kind of like see what my hands are doing. And the minute that you start to have a lot of like short notes, it starts to become a little bit harder to kind of like see, okay, what am I doing, which note goes with what, one, like it's almost like a flurry of notes. And that's why sheet music becomes very important, because you can see in the page, this goes with this goes with this, and you can see like a little, let's say, passage and work on it a lot. Reading music is something that it's cool. It's something that you need to maintain. It's like being in shape. You stop exercising and start eating terrible and you're gonna fall out of shape. But it's something that not necessarily everyone wants to accomplish in the same way. So some people may want to go to the gym 7 times a week. Some people may go to the gym once a week. I don't necessarily think like everyone needs to be shoved into this. You need to learn how to read music on the start. I think at the beginning of learning how to play an instrument, it's cool to like get exposed to it and just see if you like the process. Now, learning how to read music is an investment that maybe you do want to do when you start seeing that, my God, you really like sitting down on the piano and playing songs when you come home from work. But at the beginning, I would say try to get something that ideally has sheet music, but also has videos. So that way you can use the video as a reference to kind of like, okay, what does this mean? I think that's pretty important. Now, myth number 4, you need to learn classical. Like if you don't learn classical music, you're not going to be able to like learn, or it's not going to work, or you're not going to be equipped to deal with other things. I don't believe that. I actually have a bachelor's in jazz piano performance, and I think I took classical lessons as part of my degree with a really good teacher. I really enjoyed it, and to this day I would like to like find another classical teacher that can help me. But classical is a little bit like going to the Olympics. It really takes a lot of work, takes a lot of dedication, and not everyone wants to do that. Maybe you want to play Beatles songs, maybe you want to play some Pink Floyd, maybe you want to play some Taylor Swift. For those, you don't necessarily need to learn how to play the same abilities that you need when you need to learn classical. So it is cool. I think it's almost like a different level. Classical, it's a lot more intense. It's more demanding, but some people may not have an interest in that and may almost benefit from methods and books and things that are not designed to get you to play classical. Part of the problem in music education, especially on piano, is that a lot of the methods are almost like the backbone is getting you to play classical music. And I definitely disagree the fact that you need to learn that as part of your education, part of your beginning, because it can be very discouraging. Because someone goes like, okay, this is an easy piece by Mozart, and it's still going to take you a year to learn it. And this is something easy by Bach, it's still going to take you, a long, long time. So those things can be very challenging. So let's go to number 4, and this is the last one, that you need to learn scales. Scales, as you probably have an idea, are groups of notes that you play up and down. They can be beyond boring. I think it's good to do them when you understand the value of them. Now, the value comes from understanding music in general. It's a little bit like knowing your ABCs. But for someone that is just, I don't know, almost like trying to do piano very like as a hobby, as something to distract themselves from work when they get home, I don't necessarily believe that that's something that you have to do. There's a lot of other exercises that I like way better, like this one, which that's called Hanon. Hanon, I think, is so much more beneficial for your mechanical ability to coordinate your hands, to have a little bit of a grip on your fingers and be able to like execute notes. Scales, to me, they're not like, oh, you never learn scales. No, they're cool and they can be important, but we don't shove them down people's throats at the beginning of learning because they can be a little bit especially boring. So with that said, do you have any other myths that either are preventing you from learning how to play piano, definitely let me know in the comments, or anything else that you think is a little bit of a reason why you haven't started. My goal is to get more and more adults to be able to learn how to play piano. I think it's a wonderful instrument. I'm actually learning how to play a couple of new instruments in my life, and I can see that piano is it has a great beginning. So if you want to get started, we have a free course. We call it the Absolute Beginners Piano Course. I'll post a link in the description of this video for that course. If you want to take it, it's once again absolutely for free. It's, I believe, 10 lessons with PDF, with the music and videos as well, shot with this kind of like shot, so you can see my hands, you can see what I'm playing, you can hear the songs. And I think that's a great resource that we created for adults that are interested in learning how to play piano. So also we are actively trying to recruit adults to take some of our new courses, including some of them which are often virtually. So check our main website, which will all the time updating what we're doing here at The Hit, which is thehitmusicstudio.com. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. And definitely get started learning piano if it's something that you always wanted to do. It's worth it.